Mike.
Hey, what's up, Sean?
Oh, it's Sunday afternoon. We have a very special guest and a very special beer.
Very special. Like, how
special? My mommy says I'm special.
He went there.
There goes the sub count.
Shit, I shouldn't have done that.
It's like in Tropic Thunder with.
Never go. I'm not going to use that word. I'm not going to use that word, but I know exactly what you're referring to.
Yes. Anyways, we have Thomas. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, bros. How you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm really excited. Awesome. Thanks, everyone that's watching. You can check out nerdsense.net for all of our stuff, and you can find Thomas where?
YouTube.
YouTube.
There's going to be I know Sean, there's going to be a link in the description box below where you can find all of the social media shit and link to my place of awesomeness on YouTube. And yeah, there you go.
Nice. So we have Weihenstephaner, their Hefe, their Weissbier.
Oh, yes.
This is their, what is it, 5.4, 5.2? 5.4?
5.4.
Yep. We've been talking about doing Weihenstephaner for a long
since we did the what's it called? The Alchemist, the Stereo, I think.
Yes. Did you end up having that on Christmas Eve, like you said, or did you save it?
No, man. Christmas Eve was weird this year, so I just everything went weird, and but it was awesome weird. It was a great weird. I had one of the best Christmases ever, but I didn't get around to drinking it. Actually, I still have the can, so I might pop it open later tonight, like nice. Sort of do a comparative thing for my own. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So, do you guys want to open it?
Yes, please. I want to get my beer on. And of course, Sean and I talked about this a little bit before we started this. What can only be seen as one of the best drinking vessels ever. Like, oh.
Thanks, Mike, for lending me your second one.
Well, I wasn't going to use both, so.
No, you weren't planning on doing a little bit of double-fisted action there?
I have a second bottle that I thought I was going to need, but
so
I'm definitely going to drink that second bottle later, but I guess I don't need it right now, like I thought it was.
Look how gorgeous this is. It's picturesque.
This is the quintessential German ale, isn't it?
Yes. So
I mean, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, I was going to say that Weihenstephaner is the oldest brewery, right?
Yeah, according to history, it's from 1040.
Yeah,
so
according to this class, it's the oldest brewery.
Yeah, it's almost ältestes Brauerei der Welt, Weihenstephaner von der Bayerischer Staatsbrauerei. Yeah, this is one of Rastal's best glasses ever. And look at the carbonation. If you look at that carbonation, I don't know if you guys can get it on camera. Yeah. The head is just perfection. And
I don't think any of our cameras are doing the color of this beer justice.
No, they're not. No. They're not. This is just maybe if I do it a little bit more like this. No. It is just fantastic.
Mike's maybe the closest, I would say.
I think so. Mike is on point here. He's definitely rocking it.
I mean, it just looks like it's glowing. You know, it's just beautiful, beautiful, sort of like, I mean, like it looks like a gorgeous, slightly hazy traditional ale. You know what I mean? It has that sort of golden, a little bit like browner kind of a golden, but it just looks gorgeous. It has a couple of fingers ahead. It just looks like what a beer should look like, man.
Right. Yeah. This is the comic book representation of ale.
Bingo.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And the best part about this is it's so easy to get.
I know.
Unless it was yesterday, but yeah, no, it's so easy to get. Like this is not just this particular style of beer, but Weihenstephaner's whole kind of portfolio is pretty easy to get, especially in the States. Like if you're looking for something that if you're getting into craft beer or you just want to try like a textbook style, go pick up a Weihenstephaner and you're not going to be disappointed with.
Yes, because as much as like we from what I remember from the review, as much as we all really were so much into that sterk wit, we all just felt like this is a great homage to what Weihenstephaner is.
Yeah,
but with a bit more alcohol. Yeah, and now that I just had a small whiff, I had to. I'm sorry, but I'm freaking giddy, man.
I know. I'm so excited. Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Like
I mean, this just smells like what a Hefe's supposed to smell like, you know? I know we joke that it's, you know, generally what they do is textbook, but I mean, this has all those nice fruity esters. You can smell those cereal grains, you smell the banana, you smell the clove. It is just wafting with deliciousness.
All of it's there. And then it has that bread dough. It has that like high quality, like artisanal bread dough quality before you bake it. So you still get all those yeast notes and all the wheat you get. Especially if I want a good Hefeweizen, there's one thing that I need, and if I don't have it, it's not perfect for me. It has to have that sort of astringent, almost sour touch to it. Like not sour, but you get what I mean? And when you smell this, it has that sourdough astringency into it, and it just pops and so vibrant.
Sean, what do you think?
First off, my earbuds keep popping. I don't know why. Like the other thing, like going back on what you said, Thomas, about the stuff that you're kind of looking for in a Hef, that like banana and then like that slight cloviness coming from the yeast character. Exactly. And then with that astringency you mentioned, that's sort of where I get a little bit of like orange zestiness that kind of gives it maybe that like citrusy tartness, acidity on the nose.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, a lot of times with Hefs, like you end up like someone will put, especially in American ones, you'll get like a little bit like a lemon extract or something. And this is like a lemon forward Hef. It has citrus notes, but it is not specifically like a lemony thing.
No, I always felt that. The Belgian and a Dutch take on the Weissbier, the Weizen, the Weissbier, where they add things like the coriander, they add lemon peel or orange peel and everything, is to get that similar result because they didn't have access, of course, to like the right ingredients, the proper yeast and everything. And this is where and I'm not knocking him on Weissbier, by the way. I love a good Weissbier, but this is where you see, smell, and will undoubtedly taste the difference between what is the OG and what Weissbier wants to be, without knocking Weissbier again.
Yeah, because I mean, I think we all like those beers. That's not a trashing of it. It's just this just has a sort of like a rootsy earthiness to it. It just smells. It smells like a beer. It smells, but it doesn't smell like adjuncts. You know what I mean? It smells like just like the fruit characters are coming from the yeast. You know,
it's all natural. Yeah.
So I was reviewing an imperial stout earlier this afternoon, and a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout, and it had that, like, I get that in so many of those impies from bourbon barrels, they had that sort of toasted coconut nuttiness, but it's all from 4 core and a bourbon barrel instead of adding flavors to it, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that 4 core, and that's what this is. This is all real.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of what this, because when I think of wheat beer, I think when a lot of Americans think of wheat beer, they're thinking of Blue Moon, right, or Shock Top, I guess. And there's orange in there, and that's totally artificial.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unless you count the natural orange slice that they always have to put on those beers. But anyways, do you guys want to get a taste?
Yes, please. I need to get this in my mouth. Like, cheers. Guys.
I gotta get this in my mouth.
I mean, come on. It's so clean. It's so beautiful. It's luscious. It just rides your tongue the right way. It has almost a spiciness to it. It has all that fruit character. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. It's
perfectly carbonated. It's just like enough, like it just, the fizziness kind of rides over your tongue, and then as all the flavors kind of burst out of the fizziness, like, oh, it's just.
Oh yeah.
So you guys know this song? I think it's from the Monkees, the original one.
Hey, with the Monkees.
I think it was the Monkees. I don't know who it was. It goes at some point. It goes like, and then I saw her face. Yeah, now I believe. Yeah, that's exactly what comes up in my mind when I think of this. Like, you think of all these wit beers, you think about all the Weizens, you think about all the wheat beers that you can think of, and then you drink this, and then that song pops in my head, right? Now I'm a believer. Like, this is First of all, by the way, before we go into everything that happens on the mouth, like that mouthfeel, that drink's like, this is 7.5%, 8% ABV. But it's not. It has that luscious, creamy, thick, like, oh, it's so good.
This is like OG, like haze boy. Like this is what it's hazy. It's creamy, right? It's got everything that like. It's got the citrus. I don't understand why this beer isn't more.
Because it doesn't have lactose. It doesn't have. It's not a kettle sour. It doesn't have 15 adjuncts. It's not hyped by Instagrammable beer influencers, whatever the fuck you want to call those assholes. Anyway,
it doesn't need lactose. It's
this is
the thing, guys. The thing, the thing is, like, it doesn't get a lot of hype, but I can buy this anywhere. It's clearly selling. People are buying this beer. Yeah. I can get it like at any beer store around me. Now I don't have like that sort of slimy little package store places. I don't have anything like that near me. But I can get to this like grocery stores. I can get to any store, like any like beer centric store around me. It got to be selling. Someone's buying this beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, though, because we all want to share like the greatest, amazing thing that we just drank. We just have the weirdest new beer, whatever, the newest hype IPA, the newest kettle sours, the new amazing bourbon barrel aged or whatever barrel aged stout, barley wine, old ale. And we all know that this is what we drink. Like what you just said earlier, Sean, you got a 6-pack of that, right?
Yep. Yeah,
you're just gonna devour the rest of those during a game tonight.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would. Well, these are the 50 centiliters, so I would probably keep it at like 2 or 3. But I've got spare ribs underway. I've got some takeout coming in. This is the perfect beer for that. And this is what we all drink. This is the beer that you drink in your yard, in your garden, when it's like we do the Celsius thing. So Mike's probably going to talk about 500 degrees Fahrenheit now. But when it's like 32 for me, this is exactly what I would drink sitting in a yard. Probably straight out of the goddamn bottle. Straight out of the bottle, like just go for it, man. That is
the bottle. And I think maybe that's probably what I think I was trying to convey more was this is, like you said, it's selling. So clearly people are buying it, but people are posting, the big dessert boy stouts, right? The new haze. Yeah. And then they're all drinking this, but they're not really posting anything about it. They're just drinking it to enjoy it. So in a way, I guess we kind of take this for granted because we're constantly buying it, we're drinking it, but then we're reviewing these other beers, you know what I mean, that like more people want to see, like, but like it's always fun to be able to do this because now, and I said this in a log review I did, I don't think this video here or maybe any of the Weihenstephaner videos we do, whether it's on this channel or your channel, Thomas, they're not necessarily going to be reviews of this beer because we already know we love this beer. It's just going to be love letter videos to this beer to tell people why this bear is.
That's the funny thing, because when you go, sorry, yeah, go for it, Mike. Sorry.
See, but also people have to understand that this 500 milliliter bottle, this thing sells for $3 or $3.50. You know what I mean? Like
even less for me.
This was the 6-pack was $13.
I got one bottle of this is just under €2, I think, or exactly €2. It is. I don't know. It is just, I'm a believer. That is it. It is as simple as that. This is perfection in a glass. This is what beer drinking is all about. I love how, I don't know if Matt is the first one who coined that phrase, but he says it often in some of his reviews where he says, this is beer drinking beer.
Mm-hmm.
This is what, yeah, exactly. And I love that.
But it's also something classy too. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm having something. I know it's not like high shelf, difficult to get. But I feel like I'm having something nice. I feel like I'm having a nice beer. I have this stuff with dinner, and I sip on it. I enjoy it. I'm not just. I mean, sometimes because I'm a crazy person, I'll slam them. But it is like a very, very just nice, classy beer. That's fair.
No, it is a very classy beer. This is exactly like everything about this, especially that bottle with that label, this glass, it oozes, it permeates chic.
Yeah.
This is when you see somebody drinking this on like a terrace somewhere. You're walking around and there's this little terrace and people can drink outside. You see somebody having that glass with that bottle, and you look at them, and even if they're not a beer geek, even if they're not like into craft beer or whatever, you do know they appreciate good stuff.
They have good taste. Yeah.
They have good taste.
Yep.
And that's just it.
If I see someone order one, I think, hey, that guy knows what beer is, you know. Like, you know, like I think that, you know, when you go and someone's ordering like the latest juice haze, you know, like it's not that's not a bad thing, you know. I buy them too, but there's something about just the sophistication of something this pretty, this tasty, this, you know, it's just a sophisticated but eloquent, easy to drink beer, you know.
Exactly. And just look at that head retention. Sure, it goes down a little bit, but look at the fact that there's still like this sort of half a centimeter, like a few millimeters. You would probably call it 5 monkey bars of
that's American
exactly
measurements.
Like a little bit of head on there, and then you that lacing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is art. This is I'm sorry to say, this is sexy. This is sexy as fuck.
Yeah. And you know what the thing is too is what I like is when you take a sip, it just coats the mouth with just this soft lusciousness, and you do get all the things in the nose. You get that fruit character, you get a little bit of clove, you get a nice, like, not a bracing bitterness. We got a nice kind of finished bitterness at the back of your tongue. It kind of it covers all the bases of a really good beer. You know what I mean? But everything is working together. It doesn't feel like you have this and that, this, that. Yeah. It's just sort of like this beautiful kind of nice burp. Sorry,
that's okay, dude. That's okay, dude. You just go and burp.
Yeah, but I know everything's working to a common goal.
I mean, it's so yeast driven too. Sorry,
it is very yeast. No, go for it. It is very yeast driven, and it sounds like such a hipster thing to say. Me with my, you know, long hair and beard and whatever, my beanie, but it sounds such like a hipster thing to say, but this is complex without being complex, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and every sip you take, every time you smell it, all of your senses go pop, 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 and still it's drinkable. It's just, when you take a sip, you also just let it happen. You go,
That's actually the best way to put it. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
glad we did this one.
Yeah, man. I'm freaking stoked. I'm so stoked that
I think for anyone watching, they're like, you guys really didn't talk about what the taste was until like 17 minutes in. But like we said, it's not a review. It's a love letter. We're just saying, go get this beer. You're gonna love it. Well, you probably will love it. I would hope so. The whole like Weihenstephaner catalog, except for the non-alcoholic one, but that's
I haven't had that one yet. I think
it's weird.
Wait, I have it on standby. I think.
Oh, you do? Well,
I should put that in. I should put that in the refrigerator and see what it's like later tonight when I feel like an idiot because I drank way too much beer, and basically because it's Sunday and I have to work tomorrow. And then
you could watch our review of it and then see if you're in the same vein.
Oh, I'm gonna feel like an idiot when I watch this, especially the beginning. I feel so stupid about that beginning. Don't edit it out though, because it's beautiful.
I won't.
No.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? Like, I feel like we just kind of just.
Well, I feel like this is obviously. I feel like this is less a review and more of a discussion and a love letter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think like it's hard to go into this objectively because I've had this dozens of times. Beer, I know everything. When I'm taking a sip, there's nothing surprises me about the flavor notes. What always surprises me is how clean it is.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
And how good, yeah, consistent. You're right, but it's weird. Like every time I have something, I'm like, wow, fuck. Like I do drink these, but maybe I don't drink them as often as I should. Because of how much I love them and how much. I mean, we do talk about them like with some regularity,
Mm-hmm.
But it's easy to get beer that tastes great. That's all.
And yeah, and given that it's so easy to get like that, like they're probably brewing a shitload of this, and they're still keeping it very, very consistent, and they're still completely independent, right? So like that's something to be said, because InBev does it, right? But they're this giant corporation. But like for them to be able to do this, and it still says brewed and bottled in Germany. Before you got on, Thomas and I were talking, I thought for some reason that this was shipped over in vats and bottled here, but like imported, for this to be brewed in such large quantities and then shipped over, packaged and everything like that, like that's something to be said, that this is always consistent, regardless of if this is the Hef, if this is the Dunkel, if it's Vitus, right?
If it's Slovenian, all of them,
yeah.
My final thoughts on this would be, you know what this is to me? You know, when you've been with your partner for like over a decade, right? You've been together and you know everything about the other person, and there are no more secrets. There are no more secrets. Everything is exactly as you know every day. And when you wake up in the morning and you see that person laying next to you, you got the smile on your face and you go like, there you are. That's what awesome. This beer is. That's what this beer is. That's what this beer is. Yeah. I just had like a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout, 13.5%. No weird adjuncts or anything, and that was like. But this is. There you are.
Yeah, there you are. There you are. That's going to be the. We don't do episode titles, but if I remember, I'm making that the episode title.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, down in the comments, let us know what you think of Weihenstephaner's Hef, and just what you think of Weihenstephaner in general. Look out soon for a second Weihenstephaner video over on Thomas's channel, and then hopefully more Weihenstephaner videos alternating. Yeah. That's the plan. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, hit those notification bells. Check out Thomas. Also, don't forget to check out the Dutch Beer Collective. Do you want to? What's that site again? Is it just DutchBeerCollective.nl?
If you DutchBeerCollective.nl, I'll send you the link. It's either the DutchBeerCollective.nl or just DutchBeerCollective.nl. I keep forgetting because I'm an asshole. But yeah, there you go. You can find Gerben, Remy, and Douglas, and me, of course. We're all part of that Dutch Beer Collective. And don't forget to subscribe to those insane idiots as well.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Thomas, thanks for joining. Mike, it's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I'm Sean. That's Mike. That's Thomas. And this is Nerdsense. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.